entire 2 hours to me feel like a Western in a way that we haven't quite done before. I mean, from the setting of small town Texas to once the end of 23 comes around, all of the violence is gunfighting.
You got one in the chamber?
Yep. I'm usually not a big proponent of our team being in jeopardy like that more than really once a year. So this year, it felt like there were some things that we could really play with. And it felt like a good opportunity to put them in a world where, you know, up is down and down is up. And in that, you learn a lot about the different team members.
Garcia, he's a gun!
One of the themes of the season is identity. It started with the 2-hour premiere, and then we touched on that throughout the season in big and little ways. And then that culminated in this 2-hour finale where the identity of the police officers, you know, the nature of the show, you already assume that the police are good because the police are always good. They've always been good. They've always been helpful for 9 years. And then suddenly we're calling that into question.
Let go of me.
Unless you want to be arrested for obstruction of a federal investigation, let her go.
It just led to this sort of resonance where when identity matters the most, in the form of these cops, it creates the greatest dramatic stakes for our team, that they don't know who to trust, and the only people that they can trust are each other.
He pushed me out of the way. If he doesn't make it, he'll make it. He has to.
I've always felt like Blake has connected with Reed more than any other character on the show. She shows a mothering side, but it's not something she really allows herself to give too much into, and I started wondering why she didn't do that.
Ethan, open your eyes. Hurry!
And it all just kind of came together and made sense to me that this is what makes her tick.
Who's Ethan?
My son.
I had so much fun with Jean, and the character of Blake was really interesting and very special to read because she was a linguist, and they had, as I did with Jean in real life, or do with Jean in real life, a certain, we speak sort of the same language. And so it's of course sad to see her go, but it allowed for some really nice scenes.
Ethan would have been a lot like you.
Thank you for being there when I woke up. It meant a lot.
Of course.
She becomes another, I think, person in Reed's head that he thinks of often and loves. Bye, Alex.
The peril that we've been setting up is really an emotional peril. How does the darkness affect the light of our heroes? Is this as good as it gets? Is this worth everything? Is being an FBI agent worth my life? Is it worth my sanity? Is it worth my relationship? And have I given all I can give? And is it okay to actually possibly move on?
Yeah.
I want everyone to feel like the ride you've been on for 9 years was worth it, but have enough story to propel us to the next season. And I think we have that. I think it's a dynamic finale, but I also think it poses a question that will be answered to make our premiere of next season amazing.